Okay, so everybody, on my public blog now, I put all the pedophile links and all the things that have broken. There's a video on there that shows the faces, both male and female, of pedophiles in Hollywood. It's 3 minutes long, and everybody should watch it. It just shows you exactly who they are. And it was made a while ago. One thing I found out today, which I did not know, because try to remember, pedophilia was so taboo that nobody was talking about it. So I was under the assumption that whether it was a male child that was abused or a female, it was the exact same secret. But now that the females are coming out and telling that using the Me Too hashtag, there's a different level of recognition and caring for men that were abused. So the first and foremost reason this is a gigantic problem is that, number one, if we don't heal men and give them a voice when they try to tell that they were abused, guess what happens, everybody? They grow up and they become, I don't know, male pedophiles to new generation of children because they don't heal. And when you don't listen to somebody that's telling you they were abused and you don't give them the caring and telling them, oh my God, no one should touch you, that was awful, and you suppress all their pain and all their feelings, they're going to reoffend. That is the biggest crime, creating a new crime. Now, second for that is, why are we doing that? You think boys don't hurt just as much when they're 6 months, a year old, 2 years old, 5 years old, and someone has inappropriately touched them and violated them? I can tell you from this channel, my most horrible crimes that people have reported for me are the pedophilia from Hollywood that I've had to heal people, and pedophilia from a church in England. And some of these victims were not going to make it. And it was up to me to make them videos that I did privately so that they could recover and stay alive. And shame on anybody that thinks it doesn't affect a male any differently than it does a female. A violation is a violation. But you're watching women all the way up to Meryl Streep come forward for Rose McGowan and say she didn't know, and even though she knew Harvey, she didn't know he was up to all this. But they're not recognizing the children that were raped that were men, including Corey Haim that committed suicide, Corey Feldman, and others that have all been raped in Hollywood. And you can't address it in a partial way. Just like it's not a political, oh, it's one side or the other. It's not a gender thing either. It's a child thing. And we have to protect all the children from pedophilia across the board equally. And they need the same platform and stage. And there shouldn't be a separate Me Too, I'm male hashtag, oh, Me Too, I'm female. It's Me Too, period. So the most heartbreaking thing in this entire thing is to not give those people the stage now and apologize. And you know what? I'm going to tell everybody in Hollywood who's listening, apologizing and saying, we're sorry we missed it in your past, is the most healing thing that anybody can do. And yeah, there are plenty of people that want to keep the ring going and want to still keep it and do it for money and blood and whatever that stuff is. But there are a handful of people that are just afraid to be the first one out there on the stage to say, we're sorry. Now, Madonna had to say, I'm sorry, when Michael Jackson died and everybody felt like they abandoned him. And it was a horrible thing to do, to leave a surviving person alive and act like their life doesn't matter because everybody abandoned them for whatever reason. No one should be abandoning anybody anymore. This is a time where whatever happened in the past, we have a obligation to protect our survivors, to prevent anybody else from all these extra years of pain and suffering, and to heal themselves and heal each other. And when people say, my God, I'm so sorry I didn't hear you when you talked and told, or I'm so sorry that you've come forward right this day and now you're telling. And I'm sorry that this was part of our culture in Hollywood, just like we have to apologize that it was part of the culture everywhere else. They need to say to these people, but I hear you now, and I'm sorry I'm late. So, and there's no limit of time, but you're wasting time to not be saying it. And to want to heal people now is the most beneficial thing any person can do in any platform and in any place. And there should be articles at this point from these magazines that talk about celebrities addressing what happens to the men. And they couldn't hear it from any saner, more clear, more compassionate voice than Corey Feldman. And it's important to move from where we were and prevent anybody from any more time where they're ignored and where they're segregated from the Me Too hashtag. There's just one hashtag, Me Too. And I would be so proud if I was People, Time, TMZ, Newsweek, whoever, if I took that story and gave it the right voice now. And in it, when you rise, everyone else begins to rise and everyone starts to hear the pain that's still here. How many decades after it happened? So as we move forward, we need to recognize the whole thing of pedophilia and attacking our child stars. They're not prey, they're kids, and they're so priceless and handsome or sweet and beautiful and talented and precious. There's nothing else to do with them except let them shine in their talent and learn how to be whatever they're supposed to be. But it's everybody's job to protect them and keep them out of the hands of predators. So, on the blog, you can see the incredibly sad people that have been sacrificed to pedophilia, but we all have an opportunity here, and it shouldn't be missed for any reason by anybody or by anybody that has the power and the platform to make a difference now. And for anybody who doesn't, you know what that says about you? That you're actually too weak and too uncaring to ever use your audience in a direction that makes a difference. And that's a shame on every brand and every magazine. And it says something completely truthful about the lack of integrity of whoever it is, because nobody is taking the time to print these stories that are right in front of their faces, and that's their job. Thank you.